Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Jordan here, bringing you episode 11 of our Draft to Glory series here with the Saskatoon Bison, and we're Stanley Cup frickin' champions, baby. That's right, guys. At the end of last episode, we won the cup, and I'm still running off that high, man. It's a few days later for me since I recorded that, and it just still feels so good. So before we get into the draft, quickly, guys, we've got a couple of comments to go over. First one from the man himself, Scottish Terrier lover. He says that having a lot of depth and that can go a long way. And he's exactly right on that. Taking a look at our contracts, we finally started to build out that forward depth. You can see now we've got what, 9 or 10, maybe even 11, like really high overall NHL players. Even Del Rouve up to a 77, he's almost there in talent. Gaucher as well up to that 77. So, there's now really a lot of NHL talent, whether it's a first line forward or a fourth line forward in our system. And same thing, guys, defensively. We've got the top four defensemen, and then we have a few top six Ds. Like, we're doing really good. We just got to make sure we keep the draft prospects stocked up so that when one guy retires or, phases out, the next guy can phase in. And then the next comment, it took less than 10 years to win a cup in a draft of glory. Unreal. Let's go, Bison. And that's exactly right. I haven't watched too many draft to glory series in recent years, but I don't really remember people being able to put together a winning team this quick. I've definitely done a few in years past, not on YouTube. And even when I did those ones, I never won a cup. I was always like 15, 16 years in and just starting to make the playoffs and wasn't able to ever bring together a cup. So it's pretty awesome that we're able to already call ourselves champions, and hopefully we keep that momentum going. And without further ado, guys, we're just going to hop right into the draft. So we're going to just sim right to our pick. We're going to have the last pick in every round this year. A little bit different experience for us. So we were talking about players we need to draft, and I think it goes without saying that Nikita Yulanov needs to be drafted. He's a medium elite talent. He's not quite NHL ready, which is nice, but Siegel is starting to get up there in age. We're already 10 years in. He was 18 when we drafted him. So by the time Yulanov is really ready, Siegel could be 31, 32, and Yulanov can kind of take over. Siegel can be the mentor, and then we'll have a player to slot in and take the spot. So with the 33rd pick in the 2034 NHL entry draft, your Stanley Cup champion Saskatoon Bisons are proud to select Nikita Yulanov from the KHL. There we go. Now we just got to keep simming here. So with our second pick, we're going to sort by potential. We don't really know too much in this draft. Despite the fact that I sent the scouts out, they really didn't do that great of a job. We've got a few low elites here. I think we're going to wait to draft them till a little bit later. But I like this guy, Harold Blue Juice. Blue Juice, I don't know how you would say that, but he's a sniper, probably low elite. I think this could be a very good pickup for us. And then now with our third pick, again, we'll just look back. We're not going to take those low elites yet. I know we can get them later. And we're actually going to pin this guy, and we're not going to take him now, but he should be available with our next pick. You know what? We're just going to go back up. We're going to take a chance on some medium elite talent here. We need to get another goalie in the pipeline. Welcome to the Bison, Tumas Kovinen. And now we'll start drafting our pinned player here. Get these low elites into the system. We're not going to take too much more time with this draft. We already know the players we need to add. And we'll start with this defenseman. He's an enforcer defenseman. So that'll be interesting to see if he can pan out. As well as this next low elite, I also believe is a defenseman. There we go. Welcome to the squad. And with our last pick here, we'll take a little bit more time, look through and see. We could always take Fritz Meyer here, 3 bars medium elite. But we'll scroll down through, see if there's any steals. It doesn't really appear like there is. So I'm going to say screw it here, guys. We're going to take the risk. And with the last pick in the draft, we'll take Matteo Fritzmeiser. And I think that's a pretty good draft for us. We got a lot of known talent, a couple, one medium elite, a bunch of low elites. I think that is really good. So we do have some coaches we'll have to re-sign, and Sidney Crosby there as a scout. And now all expiring, we've got Wolf, Endros, and Percy. This could be interesting, guys. We are getting closer to the cap max. Wolf wants 3 years, $8 million. That's going to be a tough pill to swallow there. I think with Endros, we probably try to get him on a longer deal. He would take 5.3 million. I think that's fair for a top 4 defenseman. So maybe we offer him like 5 million flat as well as the no move clause. It's not going to take that, so we're probably going to have to do 5.5 for 8 years. I think that's a fair price though. And then we are just going to qualify Wolf, and we're going to qualify Percy as well. And the last contract negotiation I'm going to show you guys on screen will be Rob DeMarchi. Now, he wants a 1-year deal. Obviously, we can't do that because it allows him to walk right into unrestricted free agency. So I'm thinking we go with like a 6-year deal, 5 years, $12.8 million, and the no move clause. Hopefully, he does accept this. But that's going to be all I'm going to show on screen. I will go through, I will reassign all the players, and then I will pick the recording back up before I sim any days. That way you guys can see the same time as me if these players accept their contracts or not. All right, guys, we handed out a bunch of contracts, so we're going to advance a day. We'll see who accepts. Chung does not want to come back. DeMarchi doesn't want to come back either. So we did get Percy back. I'll show you his contract. Andros accepted as well. So Reynolds rejects because we have no room in the roster. And then Gaucher accepts his, Semenov as well. So we go back to all expiring. There's a few guys we're going to let go, and I didn't want to let them go without recording it first. The first one, this is kind of tough. I think we need to let go of Master Lursky. He's been here since the very first draft. He was the 4th round pick. He just isn't playing games at all, and he's not very good. So this one hurts, but we're going to let him go. The next player we're going to let go as well is going to be Henley. We're thinking pretty highly of the kid, but he just never really panned out at all. That gives us a few more roster spots. Just want to highlight the unsigned players. So some of these guys are going to need deals next year. Some are just going to get let go. And then some of these guys that we just drafted, we're not giving them contracts yet at all. Yulanov, we know he's a couple years away from the NHL. Let's just let him sit in Russia for 1 more year before we bring him over. So guys, we're just going to qualify DeMarchi. If somebody gives him an offer, we'll just match it and we'll negotiate maybe closer to September. The reason I want to do that is because the salary cap, we're in a tough spot. We've given out some contracts that have turned out to be not as favorable as others. And that's on me for, taking some risks to sign some players long term like Moran. Looking back on it, I never should have gave this guy almost $5 million. Percy's deal and Suter's deals, like these are good contracts. I would say Lieutenant's 3.1 million is not great, but at least it's off the books next year, and he can get a more reasonable 4th line center salary, as well as guys like Swanson and Curtis making 2 million. Doesn't really work for us when those guys are not even in the NHL. All right, guys. So just quickly here, we're going to go over the contract situation. We were able to re-sign Paul Wolf for 7.8 million for 3 years, leaves him as a restricted free agent. We re-signed Endros and Percy to what I believe to be team-friendly deals for decent term. 3.7 million for a third line forward is solid cap. Same thing, Endros was on the first D pair, so 5.5 for him is reasonable. Bits wanted a lot of money, like 3.8 million on a 3-year deal. I want to see if that means if he's going to grow a little bit. So we offered him the 1-year deal for 3.4 with the no move clause. We're able to bring back Krog, Gaucher, Hillis, Kravchenko, Bobrovsky, Hillen. We re-signed, or not re-signed, sorry, but we signed Holt to his ELC. Already 71 overall hopping into the AHL, so he should be pretty good for us. As well as Maxwell, 69 overall. He's a sniper with a shooting category that is not great, but hopefully he can pick that up. And then we were able to re-sign Vasilev. Probably could be one of his last years with the team. It doesn't look like he's going to pan out. And then we brought back DeMello. And I couldn't let Cullen go just yet since he is from that first draft class. And then we were able to bring back Volchenkov as well, but he is definitely on his way out. Goalie wise, we signed Morrow to a 1-year deal because it leaves him as a restricted free agent, but I believe he's going to pan out. If I put it on a 6-year deal, he wanted $5 million, and I almost did it, but we wouldn't have had the cap to be able to keep negotiating with DeMarchi. So I'm hoping that around January-ish time, we can go in and negotiate the contract with Morrow, get him on something a little bit team-friendly if it looks like he's going to be an NHL caliber goalie. And there's nothing left to show. I'm going to sim to the regular season. We're going to wait until about September to negotiate with DeMarchi. So whenever I start negotiating with him, I will start the recording again and bring you guys in on that entire process. All right, I'm picking up the recording here. I don't even get a chance to negotiate with DeMarchi. He decides to accept the qualifying offer. So he is another one in January we'll start negotiating with. And we probably let Morrow be the backup in the NHL this year. This could be a little bit of a lesser year because we need to figure out what goalie we're going to rock with in the future. We cannot afford to pay both these guys NHL money. If they both want 5 mil plus, well, that doesn't work for us. And we've already seen DeMarchi wants as much as 17 million. So this could be a little bit of a longer episode, especially if we make the playoffs because of things like that. All right, guys, here we are, the start of the regular season. First 2 lines, really the first 3 lines are the same as they've been. McKenna, Kerman, Pugh, Kuznetsov, Bush, Suter, and then Jonas, Lieutenant, and Percy. But we did switch it up for line number 4. We did call up Eugene Cunning. I believe he will still be in Lethbridge. He had 18 points in 37 games down there. Had 4 points for us last year. We're going to try him out and see if he's listed as a 4th line forward. We will keep him. If not, we'll send him back down to the minors. Defensively, it's the exact same as last year. Endros, Tuzzolino, Wolf, Siegel, and Bits with Moran. And then goalies, we're running DeMarchi as well as Morrow. We got to give the kid some time this year, see what he's going to look like so we can figure out what goalie we're going to rock with moving forward. Healthy scratches are Devin and Gaucher. We will send down Gaucher to the AHL if Cunning is going to stay on the team. If Cunning is going off the team, then Gaucher will slot back in on that 4th line. And Devin is just here in case we have to send Morrow down if he's really not ready yet. All right, guys, here's what we've got for the AHL. Frolov still down here in the AHL. We've got Kravchenko as well with Heikkinen. Hopefully Gallagher gets some growth as well, but at 24, it's looking like his days of being an NHL player are numbered. And then he's with Holt, remember, is that low elite. And then Hillis. You've got Bobrovsky, Pitt, and Maxwell with Janes, O'Delian, and Holmes. Then defensively, you've got Swanson and Curtis. We'll wait for the AHL season to start to see if these guys get some growth. Then you have Reichel, Koryuluk, DeMello, and Vasilev. And then goalie wise, Semenov gets the nod, as well as Keaton Reynolds. He's the other medium elite goalie we have that needs to start seeing some AHL action. All right, guys, so we're about halfway through preseason. I have it set up so that it will sim 9 games into the regular season. That way, if we have to send down Cunning, it will not take a year off his ELC. Come out the gates hot there with a 4-1 win. Holy crap. We're gonna stop the sim. We're gonna look at the box score of that game. So yeah, that was a 14-6 win against the St. Louis Blues. Kerman had 8 points. I believe that's a new franchise record. McKenna with 6 points and Pugh with the hat trick. I'm just curious what else happened for us. So you can see Suter had 2 points, Percy, Siegel, Krog. Pretty much everyone getting in the scoring besides our defensive defenseman as well as Bush. Yeah, we're just going to get the first 9 games done. We're starting the season off hot. I wonder if fatigue ever really becomes a factor. I mean, probably not, but maybe cool to hint at the storyline because we are 2 years in a row of getting to the Stanley Cup Finals. Eventually, that's going to take a wear on your players, you would think. But we're 6-2-1, starting the season off strong. We'll go take a look at the edit line screen here, see what some player overalls are. So Bush only up to an 83. I mean, he is 20. There's still lots of time. Look at Kerman, for example. He really took his time to grow. Now he's 90 overall, has 3 X factors, and is for sure one of the premier players on our team, if not in the entire league. You've got McKenna and Pugh. They've grown a couple overall. Bush and Suter and Kuznetsov still all the same, minus Bush there, got the 1 growth. So Jonas goes up 1 overall. That's good to see. He's having a good start to the year. Lieutenant, unfortunately, 78 overall, but he is listed as a 3rd liner, so that is nice. And Percy, that's a huge growth here, up to an 83 overall at 22. Makes me feel very happy about the 3.7 million we gave him in the offseason. Delarouve up to a 79 overall, and he's having a really good start to the year as well. Krog is still a 78. See, actually, Delarouve is a 3rd line forward, so there's a chance he could grow and even surpass Lieutenant. And then Cunning, he's listed as a 4th line forward. He's already scored 5 goals. You know what, guys? It's his time. He's here to stay, and we'll send Gauthier down to the AHL, which is really bittersweet because it leaves only Siegel as the last remaining player from the first draft still on the NHL roster. And Morrow up to a 78, so we will leave him in the NHL. Even if his stats are not too good, he needs to start playing the role that he's listed as. And DeMarchi is still an 86, so that is good for us in terms of trying to re-sign him. And statistically, he's off to a bad start, which again is good for us if he's the goalie we choose to resign. So you can see here, guys, Bits grew to an 80, which is very nice. Moran has not grown. This is one thing, guys. Let me know in the comments if we should buy him out. I looked at buying him out. It will only cost us 0.85 towards the cap, but it would have been for 12 years, which now would be 10 because he'll burn a year this season. It also depends if Endros is going to grow. I really thought he would take that next step, and he did not. So Bits can also go up to that 1st line as well as Moran. I think for now we just leave Endros there because, you know, it is working. And we'll have to play it by ear if we're going to end up buying out Moran. Or maybe even Endros. We just re-signed him. The contract's not looking good for me now in retrospect, but it really did look like he was going to grow. But He's still 22. There is still time. And then down in the AHL, we have Frolov and Kravchenko, both listed as fourth line forwards. They're not going to get the call up just yet, but that is good to know that that depth we've been trying so hard to build is finally coming along. And nobody else we know yet. And then defensively, same thing. We do not know anything. And then goalies, Boris is that 77 and Reynolds looking to be a 60. So we are not going to send down Gaucher because he is waiver eligible, meaning we could lose him. He is one of two remaining players, I think, even in the whole organization from that very first draft. I could be wrong on that though. But either way, I'm not willing to lose him, especially because I'm convinced injuries are still on. Honestly, I could check. But, anyways, if we get an injury, then there's our healthy scratch. Again, a player like that who's helped build the culture, I don't want to do him dirty by trading him away, or not even trading him away, sorry, losing him to waivers. You know, he deserves to stay here, be a part of the team still, even if he isn't getting into any games. You see, we're off to a really good start, 9-3-1. This could be the first video where I cut some of the season sim. There's just not a whole lot to talk about, right? At this point, we know what kind of team we have, a team that's capable of winning a cup, a team that is capable of winning a large amount of games in the regular season, and we just are kind of waiting for playoffs now. There isn't too much to talk about. I mean, we're gonna about to see the season sim be stopped. We'll go take a look at the lines in the AHL now, really quickly, and I want to see what our defensemen look like down there. So yeah, now we know all the forward lines as well. Hillis up to a 77, so that is really nice. Nobody else really taking that next step. Odelian at a 75, but he is 24, so his time is most likely done for growth. But Holt, already at a 74, listed as a depth forward, is a sniper. He's looking good, man. He could be up in the NHL as soon as next year. And Gallagher, he's taking a step back. Still a depth forward because some of his stats are still high. And he could definitely get the call up. But I think what kills him is his offensive awareness being only a 75. And then defensively, Swanson and Curtis are still the exact same. It's difficult for me to say, well, let's buy out Swanson because he's still 23. He could still grow. He's definitely another candidate for a buyout. And then goalie wise, we can see Reynolds is that 63. All right. So we're just going to sim the next 2 months. I might cut this out or I might not. You guys will really never know if I do. Obviously, if I don't, if I don't cut it out, it's here. But there's just not too much to talk about. Obviously, the goal at this point is winning another Stanley Cup, and we are having a very strong season, 18-9-3. You guys can't really see the whole standings, but we do sit first in the division right now. So we are cooking. We're a top team in the league. Again, we're finally saw enough growth. I think winning that Stanley Cup really helped with growing, giving the guys some experience. And I would say we have a fully fledged out NHL roster for the first time because we're not playing depth forwards or, AHL scoring forwards in our bottom nine. Everybody on the roster is listed as an NHL player, whether that's a first line or a third line, etc. And same thing on the defense. Yeah, we have 3 top 6 defenders, but there's still top 6 defenders. So I'm very happy with the way the team has grown. And it's just going to be a matter of if we're able to keep drafting these low elites or these medium top 6s, medium top 4s, and be able to keep the prospects coming. Because we're in year 11 now. Like, some of our guys are getting up there in age. As you can see, we're 32, 16-3. It's been a really good year. Definitely our best season so far. We sit atop the Western Conference even. So So far, so good. We'll just go ahead here and take a quick look at the stats. We're not going to go too deep into it, but you can see McKenna, 67 points in 51 games. And Tommy Kerman, welcome to the NHL, dude. He is broken out now. 64 points in 51 games. And Liam Pugh there with 60. Cuzolino, another 60-point campaign underway for him. And then that second line is definitely providing the depth scoring we need. 38, 36, and 32 points respectively between Kuznetsov, Suter, and Bush. And Percy, again, this is a breakout year for him. He had 35 points last year, already 34. He's definitely arrived. And Luukkonen, he's got 30, so he's definitely a capable third line center. You've got Siegel there with only 27 points. His contract is not looking too good. If we're going to re-sign him next year, it's definitely going to have to be for way less than he's making right now. And then we've got Jonas, Moran, Delarouve, Krog, and then Eugene Cunning, as well as Bitz and Andros. And Paul Wolf, sorry. We are going to quickly take a look now as well at the contracts. I forgot to stop the sim on the first. You can see Liam Pugh up to franchise potential. He wants $19 million to come back. We are going to end up losing a big piece here. Bush needs his contract. He wants a fair bit of money. Jude Bitz needs to come back as well. And now he wants even more money than he was asking for before. So Bitz is probably one that ends up getting let go. Delarouve up to a 79. He wants a fair bit of money to come back as well. And then the other guys shouldn't need too much. And I'm wrong. Luukkonen wants 4.2. We've got Ron down there, though. He's already a 75. So this is the thing. We do have some good prospects that can take over the players we're going to end up losing. But we are going to lose people if they want this much money. We'll take a look at DeMarchi. So this turned out good for us. He wants only $11 million now. But apparently he doesn't like this contract at all. See if that's just a glitch. So yeah, DeMarchi doesn't like a contract with term, even though that's what he's asking for, which is very interesting. We're going to take a look at Morrow. So he is a little bit more team friendly on term, on a shorter term deal. But the more years we give him, the more money he wants. I'm very interested here in what we should do. I'm kind of leaning towards this 2-year deal. If we throw the no move clause in, we can definitely get the cap hit down quite a bit. So we are going to offer this 10.5 for 2 years. And then what we can do with Morrow is also offer him a 2-year deal at the 1.1 he's asking for. And that way we have, hopefully if DeMarchi says yes, we have our goalies locked up. It's only about $11 million in total salary, give or take. And that gives us the cap space we need to be able to sign guys like Pugh, Bush, Bitz, etc. Now we're going to wait to do Liam Pugh as well as Bush and Bitz. I just wanted to get the goalie situation looked at before anything else. So we're going to sim right up to the trade deadline just because that's when I'll send the scouts out. So DeMarchi doesn't want to sign at this time, so we'll wait. We can play it by ear. It's okay. We're having a really good season. I'm very happy with the way the team is playing. Again, some of this might end up getting cut out. I'm not sure how much of the season sim you guys will see. And maybe I will put a PSA at the beginning of the video letting you guys know that. I don't want these videos to be really any longer than an hour. But we're having a really good year. The Sharks fired their coach. They're struggling a little bit. We still sit atop the Western Conference, which is good. I mean, we definitely are one of the more stacked teams, I would say, in terms of forwards. Like, we're very top heavy, obviously. At 40, 18, and 4, McKenna already up to 83 points. I'm going to cut the recording here, guys. I'm going to send the scouts out, and then we'll be back to finish up the season. Alrighty, guys. I did get the scouts all sent out. Pretty much my strategy was anybody outside of the top 10, I scouted. Just there's the off chance if we get booted in the first round of the playoffs, we have a little bit of a higher up pick. We just want to know who those guys are. I'm just going to go ahead, get the rest of the regular season simmed. And unless anything crazy happens, I'm going to see you guys at the start of round number 1. All right, guys. So the regular season's over for us. We're going to simulate a day, see who we're playing here in the first round. So we're playing the Chicago Blackhawks in round number 1. The first time we're playing this team in the playoffs. Let's take a look at our scoring leaders for this season. And wow, 100-point seasons from the first line. Simply remarkable. What a great year for these guys. It's going to make it very tough to re-sign Liam Pugh, but we cannot afford to break up this trio. I mean, they are lighting the league up right now. Cozolino, almost 70 points. He's only 23, has yet to even enter his prime. We've got Kuznetsov, Suter, and Bush there. Pretty much all 50-point guys on the second line. I'm not going to complain with that. Percy, though, wow. 55 points. He's low elite. He could still grow. Maybe, if we have to let go of Liam Pugh, it's okay because Percy's ready to be the next guy up. And Siegel with 44 points, that's solid from the second pair. Luutinen with 43 points, so he's back up to that 40. He did get some shorthanded points, but he's not on the power play. Jonas with 35. He's up to an 84 now. He's looking pretty good. You've got Moran, Delarouve, Krog, Bitz, Wolf, Andros, and Cunning. Cunning only had 14 points. Again, he's that low elite. He is a grinder. So if he only ever turns into a third line forward, at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal so long as he's contributing to us winning the Stanley Cup. That's all I care about. And then goalie-wise, DeMarchi, it's going to be hard to re-sign this guy. It's also going to be hard to let him go. A 912 save percentage, 2.59 goals against. He is outstanding. I mean, 42 wins and 15 losses. And Morrow, rookie season as the backup, 14-8, 1 shutout, and very respectable numbers. So we're not going to take a look at anything else. We're just focused now on the playoffs. This is hopefully we can win another cup, but it's going to be a long road ahead, another long episode. First game of the playoffs, first time we start a series with home ice advantage. Period number 1. Luutinen, we're up 1-0. Period number 2. Gavin McKenna, baby, on the power play. We're up 2-0. Let's get this third period underway. We're out shooting them like crazy. I mean, we're just simply the better team. You really have to think. I mean, I should show you guys the standings. I never did that. I'm pretty sure we're still the best team in the West. There you go. Jonas gets the insurance marker. We win game number 1, 3-0 on the backs of that third line as well as Rob DeMarchi. So yeah, just quickly, guys, that's my bad for not showing you the standings. Not only were we the best team in the West, we were the best team in the league. Only team with 70-point percentage. We scored the most goals in the league. We also had the least goals against in the league. That's crazy to me. We had a pretty decent power play. About middle of the road for the power play, even closer to the bottom of the league, but that's okay. And then we'll take a quick look at penalty kills. We look to be about the top of the league, 84%. But we don't care about the regular season anymore. It's all about the playoffs. We need to have that 2-0 series lead after the 2 games on the home ice. Period number 1. There we go. Luutinen once again. Period number 2. It's 2-0. Bitz scores shorthanded. Third period coming up. We just got to keep playing our game. Apparently, we're the best defensive team in the league, so we know what it takes to win these close games. And I'm just so proud of where the team started from and where we are now. Kulich scores one, breaking the shutout streak for DeMarchi. But Jonas gets the empty netter, and we win game number two, 3-1. Once again, guys, the backs of the third line, as well as DeMarchi. I mean, you just love to see it when the depth can shine out like that, when the top lines are getting shut down. See, Lieutenant, he's got 4 points so far in these playoffs, leads the team. We just want to keep the momentum rolling. First game on the road, period number one. And there we go. Liam Pugh, Sean Percy, and Gavin McKenna. Period number two. We're up 5-1. Dubois scores. Oh my goodness. Morrow's in net. So hopefully there's no injury there. We're just going to quickly sim this. We're already up 5-1. No more goals are scored. It looks like Morrow played the whole game, had really good numbers, and that second line was shining out today. We haven't had an injury in a while. It's possible I even just shut them off instead of just messing with the sliders, but so yeah, weird that DeMarchi doesn't play that whole game. But here we go, guys, with a chance to sweep period number one. And wow. Jonas with the first period hat trick, and Lieutenant getting a goal as well as Siegel. Period number two. Gavin McKenna scores two. Period number three. I mean, we win 7-0. Jonas with 4 points. McKenna with 3. DeMarchi's second shutout. We were simply the better team. I'm curious. The Blackhawks must not have Connor Bedard anymore. And I'll see you guys for the start of round number 2. All right, guys. Also, just very quickly, I want to highlight we are in the playoffs in the AHL. I did not notice that. I'm kind of struggling this episode, guys. Not going to lie, with showing you some things. But yeah, so in the AHL, we're in the playoffs. That's pretty good to see. We're not going to pay too much attention to that. I'll just make sure I update if we get eliminated or not. Here we go, guys. We're on to round number 2, playing another team for the first time. It's going to be the Colorado Avalanche. I did look at their roster in a previous episode, or maybe it was between episodes, just because they're my favorite team. I was very curious. Their roster looks very different, but it is very good. This is definitely going to be a more difficult series than the first one, but I know the boys are up to the task. We're on home ice once again. Period number 1 of game number 1. Okay, for the first time in the playoffs, we are losing. We're down 1-0. Period number 2. So Lundqvist scores for them. If you guys do not remember, he is the franchise player that we missed out on. He went to either Ottawa or Calgary. Now he's in Colorado. But Liam Pugh scores 1, so we're still in this game. We've got to get the offense going. It's been a lot of the third line carrying the way. The top line has not been as impactful. Come on, McKenna, Pugh, Kuznetsov, Bush. We need a playoff hero here. DeMarchi standing on his head. They got 41 shots. We're going to have the goalie pulled, and no, we're not, because they score shorthanded, and we lose game number 1, 3-1. So we got to find the offense now, heading into game number 2. The first line really needs to stand out here. Period number 1. There you go, Kuznetsov, that second line. Period number 2. It's a tie game. That the first line got cooking. You can see they've got Leon Draisaitl. Lundqvist scores for them. It's anybody's game now. Maybe we need a goal from the third line here. Power play, not able to connect. We're out shooting them by a little bit. It's a close game. We were the best defensive team in the league. Come on, guys. You got to shut her down. Power play. It's a long one. Not able to capitalize. But there we go. The third line, Percy scores. And with 43 seconds left, they tie the game. We're headed to overtime. We have a pretty good overtime record. And, of course, by bringing that up, guys, I jinx it. We lose. We're down 2-0 here. I'm not going to panic yet. We're not going to change the lines. We scored goals that game. That's what matters. We needed to find the offense, and we did. Now, We've got to find the offense here on the road and also shut them down, okay? We're the best defensive team in the league for a reason. Find your guys' game here. We're on the road. Game number 3. It's a must-win game. Period number 1. And Berard scores for them. We're down 1-0. Period number 2. We're down 2-0. We've got 12 shots now up to 14. Power play. We need you here. Come on, 5-on-3. It's a long one, and that's going to sting. Less than 10 minutes to go here. We're still down by 2. It is not looking good. Lundqvist scores a third goal. We're down by 3. And we lose this game 3-0, and we're down 3-0 in the series. All right, guys, we have some new look lines. Kuznetsov, McKenna, and Percy. Kerman, Suter, and Pugh. Got to switch that top 6 up. Percy's been one of our best players, and he only has 5 points. So we're going to give him a go there. Kuznetsov and McKenna, they haven't played on the line together at 5-on-5 in years, but we got to try something. We've got Suter, Kerman, and Pugh. Kerman and Pugh, 2 of our best players. Maybe getting them on the second line, getting a favorable matchup. And then Suter, he's having an okay playoffs. Jonas, Bush, and Lutonen. Bush, he's been quiet, okay? This is not the player I thought he would be. He had 10 points in that first playoff run, and really it was clutch moments that he had. And then 15 and 19 games last year. So we got to get him going once again. We're going to put him on the wing. And then Delarue, Krog, and we're scratching the rookie. We're going with Gauthier. We got to get the vet in. Hasn't played a game all year. You know, he's done reps in the AHL. He did reps with our guys in practice. He's feeling good. He's ready to go. Defensively now, Siegel, Tuzzolino, they're your best 2. Run them together. Moran, Wolf, Endros, and Bits. Actually, we're going to switch that up. Go Endros, Wolf, and Moran, Bits. And then this is our goalie, guys. Rob DeMarchi. It's not his fault that we're down 3-0 right now. Maybe he could have had a better second game, but there's no excuse for scoring 1 goal in the other 2 games combined. And you can see we've also been eliminated from playoffs in the AHL. But we're focused on one thing and one thing only. It's game number 4. This is a championship caliber roster. We've won the cup before. We can definitely do it again. It starts here, 1 period at a time, 1 game at a time, 1 shift at a time. Period number 1. We're losing 1-0 there. Foot scores on DeMarchi, but the shots are there. Period number 2. We're losing 2-0. Just heading into the slower sim here, guys. Come on. Don't let your season end like this. We're a better team than this. Come on, where's our star talent here? We were the best team in the league, winning the President's Trophy, and that appears to be our curse, as our string of getting to the Stanley Cup final ends at 2 years in a row, as your Saskatoon Bison fall at the hands of K. Smith, Leon Draisaitl, and the Colorado Avalanche. It's definitely bittersweet to lose to this team when it would appear on paper, from as far as I can tell, we're definitely the better team. Maybe they have a little bit of a stronger D-core, but we are more top-heavy. And then goalies, it's not even really close. So that one really does sting, guys, not going to lie. You know, I would have been okay with losing out in round number 3. That one just stings. I'll see you guys when we find out who wins the cup. Hopefully, it's not the Avalanche. And just as I say that, I hope it's not the Colorado Avalanche. Well, they did it. So maybe that can feel a little bit better. Obviously, in real life, I'd love to see the Avs win some more cups. But, you know, it does sting when the team that eliminated you wins the cup. Kind of makes me feel like if we could have beat them, you know, maybe we could have won the cup. You can see Carolina wins the draft lottery. Doesn't matter to us. We don't have a lottery pick. We will take a look, however, at the draft class. You can see there's that franchise talent guy there, Stanislav Kolistev. Eugene's Cunning brother, Maximus Cunning, he's coming into the league. And we're picking way down here. See, they've got us picking around Liam Nyquist. We don't know any guaranteed players down here. So it's going to be a little bit of a leap for us. This is where we're going to end the episode, guys. What do you think we need to add? We've got this grinder here to get us another fourth line forward in there. Gradell here, we know he's a two-way forward. We do maybe need to add a couple of two-way forwards into the system. We also have Robbins here. Looks to be a DFD, maybe even a two-way forward. He's a bit of 4 years out. We also have Robert Erickson, 2 years ETA. I kind of like that, not going to lie. I really think we should draft him. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This episode, it's all over the place in terms of time spent recording. I was trying to go a little bit more in depth at the start of things with the contract negotiations. Probably going to end up cutting a lot of that out, so you guys won't even know that until now. We're probably around another hour-long episode, but thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your thoughts on the draft class down below. Hopefully there's some steals we can find there. And the other thing, guys, leave your thoughts on the contract situation for Liam Pugh, who wants $21 million, as well as for DeMarchi, who is probably going to want, $12 million. We're obviously not going to be able to bring both those guys back. We are 100% going to lose one of them. Sorry, we can keep Liam Pugh because he is restricted, but we're probably going to lose DeMarchi in the process. But, Morrow, he looks like he could be ready to go. It will really just depend on if he gets some growth. He's still a 78 overall right now, but I have faith he's going to grow into something good for us. So let me know what you guys think we should do. Probably going to end up buying out Moran as well, and probably letting Bits walk. So Swanson and Curtis probably come back up to the NHL. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts on all of this. I look forward to seeing you guys at the start of next episode. And it's going to be interesting. Our cup window could kind of be closing on us before we even really thought it was empty. Make sure to like and subscribe. Yeah, it's interesting, guys. Our cup window, it could be closing before we even knew it was really open. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and YouTube will see you in the next one.